What's going on, guys? I am Matthias. For those of you that are new here that don't know who I am or what I'm about or what I do, I'm a CEO of a YouTube network. We bring in a decent amount of views. It's pretty dope. Got a lot of great people there. Also have a software startup that we haven't launched yet, soon, and various other business things that I've done. And today what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna look at a bunch of potentially newly launched startups that are vying for your attention on this site called Product Hunt. For those of you not familiar, Product Hunt is basically where a bunch of companies kind of like first launch, or they're basically hunted by other individuals that say, hey, look at this new product that just launched. Maybe it can get some upvotes, maybe it can get some traction. A lot of things on Product Hunt are awesome, but a lot of things on Product Hunt aren't awesome. And so today we're kind of really looking into making some distinctions on what's great and what's not. Is it dope or no? By the way, you can follow me on Product Hunt if you want. I upvote and stuff. First, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a look at the top list for today, maybe yesterday, maybe the day before, and just kind of go through some that look interesting to me. And then we'll take a look at some of the ones that haven't been voted up. AccuFlow, control your web apps with one command line. Tired of juggling between too many apps? Let's see, am I? Okay, so it's like an Alfred thing, but for command line. But for Mac, it executes various commands. It looks like they've got linked services, which is pretty cool. Send an email or a Slack message, create a calendar event, or a new task in seconds. I'm assuming this kind of like funnels everything through this. On your computer with a couple quick keystrokes, what you'll be able to do is make a bunch of different things happen with various services that you use. Get early access. Here's a problem. For an app like this or a company like this, it's not that big of a deal to launch with early access, especially if you're really trying to limit server load and server capacity, and you're trying to limit the amount of support that you have to give. Early access is great. I wouldn't launch on Product Hunt with early access because there's just a lot of people. As you can see, this is the top voted one. 600 upvotes probably means there's quite a bit of people looking at this. 159 comments. You don't want to ever launch a product without a clear call to action that someone can actually do right then and there. It's just a bit dangerous because you're wasting so much potential because people are here now and they're interested now. A little bit difficult to get those same people interested when you launch in 6 months. Green Pixel, Netflix for your graphic design needs. John calling his freelance design team.
Hey, we need banners for social media.
Just waiting there. Hey! Making videos is hard. I get it.
Okay, you want a stock photo of runners?
Not runners, banners. We are running ads campaign.
Oh, you're running by yourself. I arrange a cameraman.
Nobody's running, man. Just make images. Are you stupid? I'll kill you.
I like that.
7 designers later, he found Green Pixel.
I'm curious.
John got access to pro designers at a fraction of the cost.
Biggest question, guaranteed there's comments down below. What about Fiverr? When a new startup hits the ground, you have to make sure you're clearly differentiating yourself among other startups, because not only do you have to launch your business, but you also have to move people away from a possibly already successful startup. 3 simple steps: submit design request, revise and collaborate, confirm and download all files. That sounds exactly like Fiverr. How do they differentiate? Maybe it's just for people that tend to go into actual design firms. I don't understand the tagline, Netflix for your graphic design needs, unless I'm supposed to and chill while someone else does my graphic design. I mean, maybe that's the point. You're supposed to just chill while someone else does it. Similar to Netflix, where you can choose what movie series to watch, Green Pixel, each customer can select what graphic design he needs, all under one rate. I'm not sure that's super compelling, but evidently other people have. This isn't always a good representation of if something's gonna be successful. Accept payments with QR codes or unique links. That's interesting. I don't know. Like, am I just differing from the popular opinions here? Because it seems like contactless, like the NFC chips in the back of these things, is significantly easier than a QR code. Apple, right here. What? Oh, QR codes. That looked completely different than their marketing. That was a little confusing, to be honest. Everything's green here. No, there we have some blue. But it definitely looked like for a second I was in like the wrong space. I might just not be seeing the vision. It's almost like crypto payments without crypto. Great idea. Gets the Starbucks mechanism into the hands of any business owner. Honestly, you summarized the whole idea better than we did. Gianni had to like sit there and be like, what is this? Let me synthesize this into my own words here. Now, this is something specifically targeted, I feel like, to me, and something that I can give you some very poignant feedback on, because this is literally what I do. I have teams of people creating amazing content online. Togetto.io, content workflow planner for YouTuber teams. Oh, it's supposed to say together. Sorry guys, I missed that. Togetto is not communicating. Like, there's a lot in the name of a company, and it's supposed to like communicate like what it's all about. Organize multiple YouTube channels in one place. Definitely hesitant to link a channel like, for instance, Dope or Note with this newly launched thing. Like, you don't know what data they're looking at. Here we go. See, these are pieces of content here, and then we have a calendar view. Yeah, I mean, there's so many products that do this. I'm not quite sure like how it differentiates itself from like Asana, which is like what we use. Create account. No looky, no looky. Okay, so I'm gonna add a channel that is dead. Add, fail time. Create a content to get started. It definitely seems like maybe there's some language barriers here, which is a little bit concerning if they're trying to attack YouTubers, because I think YouTube is largely English. Create new content. So this is kind of cool. So it automates some workflows, but the question is, you got to add tons of people in here, add next step, add parallel step. So let's say I add that step, and let's say I add myself in some of these and I click create. Here's the big thing. Where are my tasks? Current. I guess that's some feedback that I would give immediately. If you have an entire team working in a space, especially if you're assigning people tasks, make sure each person has a dashboard that aggregates all of those tasks. I can already see right now, if I had 10 videos, to make sure I'm not missing a beat, I have to go into each one of those videos. If that is true, I'm assuming it is, because I don't see anything that's telling me where all my tasks are. I have to just straight up search everything, which is not functional and not helpful when you're managing 5 pieces of content in any given time. I think a lot of products launch really early so that they can get users, but the issue is if they don't have enough features, users don't tend to come back. Make sure you launch with like the core usability in place for sure. Tunes by minutes, daily song curation made for people working from home. Work, focus, chill, relax. I can dig that. That's really cool. Kind of just like a space that automatically plays music that's not distracting you. So you do link in through Spotify, which is cool because you get to support artists that way. Daily curation of the best songs for working from home by people on the internet. If I could give some feedback right now, I would find it incredibly difficult to focus with someone singing in my ear. Maybe I'm just particular. You let me know down in the comments below if I've got that wrong, but I find it incredibly difficult to focus if someone's like singing in my ear. Something to think about, but I dig this. I think that's really, really cool. I wouldn't use it. There's some pieces in here that don't have lyrics in them, but even the chill stuff like Drake, that kid's spitting rhymes all over that thing. But cool idea. Add another tab and I'm down and I'm using it. Support your favorite creators before they're independent. What do you mean before? Becoming an independent creator is incredibly difficult. Make taking the leap for your favorite creators a little easier with a pre-subscribe. Are you saying that independence means able to support themselves? Like independent from their parents? Don't creators start independent? Maybe it's just a word usage thing. Creators and makers who want to go indie are often worried about how, oh, so you're saying this is for like the big people, like artists that are actually really popular that are worried about going independent. Is that what it is? Is it like crowdfunding individual creators? Do you think more people will try to raise funds before rather than earning through their content afterwards? Aiding creators to become independent is close to heart. What is the comparison of a pre-subscription to Patreon? Being newsletter specific? The issue is that there's so much verbiage here, but it's not really saying much, or at least its message isn't clear to me. And that's another huge danger. You want to shop your stuff around. People are clearly voting, 150 people, but I'm evidently out of the majority here with a lot of these products today, just because I'm not even clear on what it is, and I've looked at it for 5 minutes straight. A speech-based game for preschool kids. That's sick. I can dig it. I think games like this are really, really interesting. Obviously, Luna, she's like 4 years old, so little video games like this really help her learn. And so I'm a big fan of like learning through a variety of different mediums and not just necessarily learning through a classroom. Lean hire.
I was previously the co-founder and CEO of Mage, and we had to shut down operations in March 2020 because of COVID. And ever since then, I was very interested in how companies hire and how they do that in this current environment of
Yeah,
of
so
COVID.
many businesses have had to shut down. It was tough with my business to rally our people together and to figure out how on earth we could make our business sustainable. Luckily, we're profitable again. Hire the best fast. Interviews are terrible. Month-long screenings are not feasible. All right, you're selling me, man. Lean, flexible, output-driven hiring. But how? What are your tactics? What are your principles? Maybe I'm not familiar enough with with lean principles. Identify value, map the value stream, create flow, establish pull, seek perfection. Perfection is in this strategy. Perfection is unrealistic. Okay, here we go. Initial phone screening, lots of interviews. Okay, old way. I'm like, that sounds like my way, which sucks. Acceptance. Yeah, yeah. I don't know why that gets me to laugh. Acceptance is definitely a part of the hiring strategy. You're just like, okay, yeah, let's see what you got. Initial phone screening. Work starts?
What do you mean work starts?
Build, measure, lean, decision, long-term hire, discontinue. Okay, so this whole thing right here, I'm almost positive is illegal in the state of California. Unless they're an independent contractor, you can't hire people on a temporary basis. I could be wrong about that. If I am wrong, please let me know down in the comments below. What are those particular laws? I'm totally a fan of doing trial hires, of just being like, hey, listen, I like your spunk, I like your past, let's give it 2 months. But we kind of have to just do that now by saying like, let's see if the best we got. And at the end of the probation periods, if results aren't hit, then we part ways. But there's a lot of setup and bureaucracy to do all that. You have to put the employee through the entire process, which sucks, but that's the law. And I get it, but I also think that allows a lot of people who don't really fit a job, and you think they are, and then it doesn't align, and then it just creates a lot of waste and lack of stability in the companies, which makes lack of stability for everyone else in the company. There's no clear answer, but okay, I'll bookmark it. Maybe that's what most people are using this for. Anti-acne face mask. I'm sure people are looking for that right now. Quip Smart Electric Toothbrush. I have this toothbrush brand, and I'm not ashamed to say this toothbrush brand sucks. Absolutely trash. That sounds aggressive, but I bought 2 because they got me with their beautiful product, beautiful marketing, beautiful salesmanship. Open up the product, doesn't work. Batteries it came with, doesn't work. Put new batteries in, doesn't stay on. That's a bit frustrating with this particular product, and I'm not sure you need to really complicate your brushing so much. So with this one, I'm gonna say nope. Master Wiki, 635 upvotes. Literally stolen from Masterclass, republished as WikiHow. Number 3 product of the day. I looked at this for a second and something's off here. If you're on Product Hunt a lot, you see some companies like rebrand as a meme, like to get like people's attention and to get people thinking a little bit. And so I thought maybe Masterclass was like, haha, here's a bit. We're giving all our Masterclass away. Got him. But I think this is just someone that literally stole everything from Masterclass. I'm definitely a fan of Masterclass, and I'm a subscriber of Masterclass because I think they have a lot of people here that have a lot of wisdom to share about their success and tactics and strategies. I think that's super valuable. I'm kind of perturbed at the idea that they subscribed to Masterclass, took all of the information, and then boiled it down, or literally didn't boil it down and made it into its own thing. This feels wrong. Maybe I'm missing the joke. Go premium. Learn from, see, that's where I thought it was gonna go into actual Masterclass, but it's not. It's just a black version of the site. Let's look at one that I've actually looked at before. Neil Gaiman. JK, nothing premiums here. We stole it all. It's free. This is all here. Or maybe it's a meme. Hold on. Let me read through this. Remember your childhood influences. No, it's definitely boiled down. Okay, so let's look for Neil here and let's make a comparison. There we go. We have it all right there. Truth and fiction, sources of inspiration, finding your voice, developing the story, ground in realism, discover what's important about the world, ask yourself weird questions, do your homework. Yeah, I mean, he's talked about all of this stuff. I think there's more here in Masterclass. And so I think it's more memey than anything else, but still kind of messed up because there is a decent amount of information that people can get from just this. And I think it does actually hurt Masterclass's business. Might help it, might hurt it. You could make a case for both, which means by definition, it might be copyright infringement, but I'm not sure. See, like we have another drop coming soon. Oh my gosh, what company are you gonna try to ruin next? You're such a hot shot. Whatever. Feed Butler, the newest feeds right into your mailbox. I mean, I feel like people are forced to use email. Let me know down in the comments below. Are you forced to use email, or do you legitimately love email? I can't find email that I love. I have run across this before. Hey, if I'm not mistaken, you have to create an entirely new email and it totally works in a different way.
Walkthrough of Hey.
Okay, I'm not a fan of walkthroughs. I'd like a pitch first. That's one thing that kind of irritates me sometimes. Like when I go to like view your product on Product Hunt, I'm not interested in sitting for 40 minutes to see what your product's about. 1 minute pitch is what I'm looking for. But dang, did it not matter. because clearly people have problems with email. Email at its best by Basecamp, and obviously Basecamp, they know what they're doing over there. So there are some exceptions to the rules for sure, but if you're a nobody, give a 1-minute pitch. What this does, I think, buckets your emails in ways that make it more manageable. It kind of like lets you bulk view stuff, so like you don't have to open anything, which expedites the process of looking at emails. You can label things, not anything too revolutionary, but people really like, hey, tens of thousands of people. I'm sure email's really, really bad. I like Slack. I think Slack should go external, personally. You can have like a little base for internal and then a little base for external. I think that'd be dope. I'm not sure. There must be some sort of reason why they're not doing it. Must not be within the company vision or what. But I would love if Slack just said, you know what? Emails, they're a thing of the past. Start using Slack. I feel like so many more people would use Slack, but that's my opinion. You let me know down in the comments below. Guys, thank you very much for joining me in this reacting to good and possibly bad startups. Let me know if you liked this. Let me know if you'd like me to react to other things on the internet, business related, leadership related, productivity related, YouTube related. I would love to do that for you. So until then, check out this video right there. It's decent. And we'll see you next time.